треба буде.
Щоб не було в камері. Приготував для тебе і для світу спеціальну аудіодескрипцію.
Да?
Так.
Він буде. Я йому зможу. Ну, казав, що буде.
Звук іде в ефір.
It's October 25, Ukraine Media Center Ukraine Forum starts its operation. My name is Svetlana Chaparenko, and now we will be talking with the directors of the documentary Playing Blind, which shows the resilience of the people with sight impairments. I want to introduce our speakers. They are Ruslan Batytskyi, director and producer of the film, Anna Borysova, director of the film, Serhii Vrabii, actor and professional goalball player, and Yaroslawa Mazur, promoter of veteran athletics sport ambassador. So before we proceed to the discussion, I want to invite you to watch a teaser to this documentary, and then we will discuss the documentary itself. 6 years after a number of injections, I've woken up and I couldn't see anything. I had a shrapnel injury and I was fainting during any physical load. When my leg was amputated, the day changed my life, but it changed it to the better. So my son helped me. He was just kidding with me. He took my phone and says like, look at you. You play sick, practice some sports. So I was demonstrating always more than I could. First thing is psychology, not your technique. Well, you can miss 10, but you can strike 11. Involving children in systemic sport practices is difficult. Socializing them to have them find their way in their lives. And you know, if people already immerse in any type of sports, any physical activities, they do change. They change morally and spiritually. Everything is possible. All the obstacles are inside our heads. Glory to the heroes. Documentary premiere, Playing Blind, this October. So, Playing Blind. Mr. Ruslan, this name of the movie is not about the sports only and not about the people with sight impairments. So what was the idea you vested in this movie? What was the goal? Well, the goal is simple. We want to tell a simple human stories of those whose lives were changed by sports, about the professional sportsmen, Paralympic sportsmen, about veteran athletes, and simple people who have different impairments and disabilities due to different causes, the way they walk through their lives, and who become maybe a little bit happier with the help of the sports. And our goal is to find this transformation of people through sports. Miss Anna, it's a very interesting format, a documentary with a short feature part. So why this specific format, and what do we mean when we say about a format like that? So in this project we decided to experiment a little bit, and under one name we have two ready-made films. One is a documentary and another one is a feature movie with a scenario, dialogues, actors. So this is why it turned out like that. What I can add, the goal was, for example, for Sergei, who has his sight impaired from the age of 6. He can try himself in a very different capacity to try something new, to enter this new profession, this new dedication, because he is the protagonist of the film. For him is the first time he appears on the screen, and the way he made it, the spectators are about to see it. But this is one of the best actor plays in my career. Mr. Serhii, can you please tell us about your experience? You have an extensive experience as an athlete, and now you've tried yourself in the actor capacity. So how did your athlete experience help you in that, and what is your impression of the film in general? Well, hello everybody. If I may take a small second, you know, our team turned 15 years this October, and our coach vested such a mission in me to present our directors with this small gift on behalf of our team. Well, the sports became quite an important component of my life after I've lost sight. I didn't come to it immediately because it was a small and, well, it was complicated before I came to sports, to goalball, as I was studying in a college. And it had become a relief for me. You know, I was putting my phone somewhere in the dormitory, and then I'm gone for an hour or two while I'm practicing sports. And sports, let's put it like this, it gave me this opportunity to play in this movie, and thanks to the sports I've met Ruslan. He made that offer to me, and I did not hesitate for a single second. It's the new experience, new emotions, new challenges, new step in my life. So generally, this movie, maybe I'm running a little bit ahead. So what it means to me, I wanted to become a small rock in the lake of in this serene lake of people's sentiments, people who don't know about the people with the sight impairments, so that people see, you know, that you throw a rock in a lake and it creates ripples, and those ripples, they let people see it under a different angle, as it's said, under a different source, so they see that there are people with disabilities who realize that life is not over as you are becoming disabled. So the disabled people can play sports, they can practice sports, they can play in the movies, so it's not a period, it's not the end of the life. So I think that was the main idea I would like people to see in this film. Thank you. And what about the challenges, maybe some difficulties that you've stumbled upon during the shooting of the film? What have you remembered specifically? Well, every second was memorable because it's a new experience, new people you want to continue working with. It's an atmosphere that I think Ruslan, first of all, Vyacheslav, who was helping us, Anna, they all were keeping track of it. They were organizing all the process. It's fantastic. You know, the attitude, the work. For me as a person who was never dealing with actorship, the lessons from Ruslan as he was tuning me, so to say, what he wanted to see in my work, how he wanted to look at, what he wanted to look at like. Well, difficult, you know what's most difficult? Since I was 6, I've lost my sight, and it's a matter of emotions. To demonstrate any emotions with my face, it's difficult to me. So that was the most difficult part of my job. Thank you very much, Miss Yaroslava. You're not only one of the protagonists, but you're also the promoter of veteran sports. So why is this movie important to promote the sports among the veterans, and what is your impression in general after this project? Thank you very much. Well, for me, the veteran sports, first of all, what it is to me, it's an opportunity, a new opportunity to live the life to its fullest, because I clearly understand. I was feeling it myself. I know how does it feel when you're lost, when you don't know where to start, when you realize your life is never going to be the same again. And this is what I see in the eyes of my friends, in the eyes of the injured people, the feeling of loss, disorientation. They don't know how to go on. To call it a panacea and solution to all problems? No, it is not. You're gonna have different challenges, other challenges, but it will give you more confidence. I know a lot of guys who are restricted in their movements, but they will never allow you to help themselves because they know how to live on, they know how to do it on their own, and it's very important. Talking about the film, it was quite a new experience to me, absolutely new. I was very worried, I was real agitated, I was asking for advice, I was asking what am I supposed to do. And I appreciate the best advice, just be yourself. This is what they told me. Thank you very much, Mr. Ruslan. Miss Anna, I'd like to ask you, there was a joint Ukrainian-German team working on the film, so who has come up with this idea? So this film was in development for a number of years. We were starting with Anna, two of us. I've seen it in a dream, and we started writing the screenplay, and other people started getting involved, those who were interested in this mission we wanted to fulfill. I have a good friend who was born in Ukraine, but then he was living in Italy, then in Germany. He said, I have a colleague who is ready to come here to Ukraine during the war. They are all Germans, born in Germany, but they are very curious about seeing Ukraine. They were a little bit afraid. This is what they said in the very beginning, but they said they wanted to work to help Ukraine. So this is how we've built this team. And during shooting, during the process, during documenting, there was an incredible synergy, in my opinion, because they were helping us to see some things that we got used to and we already don't notice them. So we, in our turn, we discovered something else for themselves, and they become ambassadors. They can tell other people that people do important things there, and you meanwhile can come to Ukraine. It may be safe here, and I want to thank all of the team, because this result is only the result of a teamwork. And what I would like to add is that we are curious about this topic since we were studying in Karpenko-Kari Institute, since we were students, so our team is becoming bigger. People get involved more and more. They want to tell these stories to our spectators, so it's very cool that we are growing. It's becoming more of us both in Ukraine and abroad. You have ambitious plans to demonstrate this movie in at least 10 international festivals. So what are the soonest ones that are coming? Well, festivals are always a lottery. You never know where are you going to be selected, but probably it's going to be Berlin, one of the biggest festivals. We're not yet selected, but we have experience of being demonstrated in other sessions. Our shorties were shown on Berlinale last year, so they await for this film to evaluate it, to see whether they want to show it on the screen. But it was not created for the festival. Festival is a kind of platform, so we're heard, but our documentary part in November, after the premiere, we will show it on TV, and right away we will post it online, because our goal to make sure that the most Ukrainians possible see this movie, both with and without disabilities, and so that this movie shows them the direction to make the first step, to look for opportunities, and for somebody maybe even to create the opportunities, because Yaroslava put it very properly. Her mission is not only to tell the people about the opportunities, but also to create it. When the Ukrainian spectators can see this film on TV? Well, it's going to be on the 13th of November, Global Day of the Blind. It will be shown on Espresso TV. We have previous agreements with them, but look for Playing Blind in Facebook and Instagram on our social media. And if anybody is interested in showing the movie in their TV channel, please get in touch with us. It will be our pleasure to show our movie on your screen. Let's give the floor to our journalists so they can ask questions if there are no questions on the floor. So I want to thank our guests. I hope that many different international film festivals will take your movie. Your film will be seen in many other countries, and it will inspire our veterans to move on, to practice sports, and to become stronger. Thank you very much. Ukraine Media Center Ukrinform will continue its operation tomorrow. We're working on putting together the schedule. Thank you very much. Stay tuned.